What is up guys, Andy, Forest Team Runner here out in a stunning Forest of Dean today, and today is all about the fuel cell propels. Today is all about finding out how they handle the long run. Okay, so we're out here, as I said, in a stunning Forest of Dean this morning. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, 10 to 7, and we're out getting 2 hours done today, doing the long run test for the New Balance fuel cell propels. I'm excited to put this shoe through its paces. It gave me an exciting half an hour run yesterday, or when you see this it wouldn't have been yesterday, but I want to kind of do more of that when I get new shoes, kind of not take the watch, not record anything, and just go out and really give them a good hammering, give them a good play, make them, put them through their paces. At the end of the day, if shoes are going to work for me, they have to be able to adapt to roads as well as some very flat, buffed out trails. Ultimately, where I live, I'm going to run on the trails a lot, and road shoes these days need to be a little bit adaptable. And so far so good with these things, but today is all about the long run. Today is testing these things and seeing how they fare. So the goal today is simply to get a decent amount of miles in, and at some point pick up the pace in these things, even if it's for a mile or two, and just see how they handle the change in pace, but B, the duration more so than anything. A couple of points to note with this shoe, something I didn't mention in my first impressions: they are small. So I was very fortunate in the fact that when you get up to my size, they do them in half size increments. So I think it's like when it gets up to a size 12, it actually goes 12.5, 13.5, 14.5, and so on and so forth. And I'm a 13, so I got the 13.5, and they fit snug. There's not a lot of room for manoeuvre, but the 14.5 would just be too much. So no issues there yet, just something to be wary of. And secondly, I mentioned in my first impressions a little bit of rubbing around the ankle collar. That does settle as you're running. It's strange, I find it worse when I'm walking. So if I'm walking in the shoe and my heel is sinking in that beautiful fuel cell foam, very comfortable indeed, I tend to get a bit of irritation then, but I'm not finding it so much now. Especially, well, you won't find it if you're a 4 foot to mid foot runner, because your heel won't sink in. It might be an issue if you're a heel striker, I don't know. But at the moment, I've done just coming up to 3 miles, and they've really settled in nicely so far. So let's carry on with the run. Let's see how we crack on, how things progress, and I'll touch base with you a bit further on. Okay, just coming up to 7 miles, pace 8:15 average per mile, heart rate has been 135 beats a minute and under, keeping it nice and chilled. When we hit 7 miles, we're going to ramp things up a bit, go for marathon pace heart rate. Let's put these things to the test. This shoe likes it when you pick up the pace. This is fun. It's only 6mm drop, so I do feel the difference between some of the 10mm drop shoes I run in and this. But honestly, the cushioning in the bounce is really nice. Very, very impressed. Okay, so just done about 13.5 miles, cooled it off now. So we did 6 miles at a decent pace, really decent pace. Sort of got the heart rate up to the mid 150s and was floating around the late 6-minute mile pace, early 7s. I just wanted to see how it felt, and overall it felt really, really good. It really wanted to pick up the pace. I'm keen now to see what the FUELCELL Rebel is like, because if this is the workhorse type of shoe, then goodness only knows what the Rebel is, because this one, when you get moving, is quick. In terms of comfort levels, it's great. It really does want to move. It's got great cushioning. As I said in the beginning, it really reminds me of the Paces 36 trail shoe. Just the FUELCELL cushioning is really, really good. I really enjoyed it. A couple of points to note though: sizing is going to be an issue for a lot of you. For me, on the downhills, my big toe is really butting into the end and really started to get a bit painful. On the flats and the uphills it was okay. Problem I have is my left foot is half a size bigger than my right. So my left is a 13 and my right is a 12.5. So in these 13.5s, bearing in mind that New Balance say that these size small, so you should go up a size, my 12.5s, my right foot fits in this beautifully, whereas my left foot, it's snug. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and give it some braking in period and see what it's like after 50 miles. It's not horrific issue. I'll just avoid any big downhills in them for the moment and see if we can stretch them, or see if they do stretch. And secondly, the whole ankle thing that I mentioned completely went away, no issues there. So that really is just a case of sort of walking around in them, and if you're letting your heels sink into them, as I said in the beginning, it might be an issue for heel strikers, I don't know, but for me, absolutely not a problem. So just coming to 14 miles now. Overall, as I said, a fantastic ride. I'm going to take these up to 15 miles, get nearly 2 hours in them. Really happy, bar the sizing, which we'll see how it goes. I cannot fault the ride. Really delighted to finally got myself in a pair of New Balance and really impressed. I can really justify, I can confirm the hype is justified. They're a bloody good pair of shoes. So that's it from me today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and of course do consider subscribing to the channel for weekly running content. And the next video on these shoes will of course be a speed workout. I'll see you then.